Hi everyone, my name is Azim Daniel and my groupmate is Umar Fahim and Firhan Shahmi. So today we are diving into a topic that affects all of us at work, which is compensation fairness, especially in performance-based pay system. So have you ever worked really hard on a group project only to feel like someone else got more credit than you? So that's what we call compensation dispersion, and it's a serious issue in many organizations today. So let's break it down and see how it affects motivation, teamwork, and trust in the workplace. Alright, let's start with what compensation dispersion really means. It's always happen when team members are paid differently even though they work on the same project. This is common in reward system like bonus or stock options, but when it feels unfair, it lowers morale and hurts the performance. Then another issue is organizational performance pay. When which is means the rewards depend on how the company does as a whole, not on the individual effort. So imagine that the company earns a profit but you still get less than someone else. So it feels unfair. And this also will lead us to a bigger debate, which is equality versus equity. Equality means everyone gets the same pay, but equity means the pay is based on the contribution. Maybe both seem fair in different way, but balancing them is really tricky.
In this section, I will discuss the negative impact of unequal compensation on both employees and organization. First, unequal compensation often lead to increased turnover intention. When there are significant disparities in pay, especially among lower paid employees, it creates a perception of unfairness. Employees who notice large, unexplained pay gap are more likely to consider leaving the organization. According to a study by Stockberg et al. 2022, a lack of pay transparency contributes to increased turnover intention as employees feel disconnected from the decision-making process. As trust in the fairness of the pay system diminishes, employee satisfaction decreases, which ultimately leads them to seek employment opportunities elsewhere. Another significant negative impact is reduced job satisfaction and employee engagement. When employees perceive their compensation as unfair, it lowers their morals. Employees who feel undervalued are less motivated and committed to their work, which can result in lower performance. Additionally, when employees feel that their contributions are not properly recognized, they may become less willing to go beyond the basic duties required of them. According to research conducted by Zaid et al., which highlight that employee satisfaction is strongly influenced by the fairness and transparency of compensation system. Unfair compensation practice not only decrease job satisfaction but also increase turnover intention as employees feel disengaged from the organization. Now, let us examine the positive impact of transparent and performance-based pay compensation system. One of the main benefits is improved employee motivation. Pay difference can actually enhance motivation when they are clearly linked to the individual performance. When employees see that their effort and result directly impact their compensation, they are more likely to put in more effort and stay engaged. Arnold et al. 2024 found that employees respond positively to variable compensation systems that are seen as fair, merit-based, and objectively measured. Transparency in compensation system also help to eliminate negative perceptions such as favoritism or bias, making employees feel that their work is truly being recognized and rewarded. In addition, improved teamwork and collaboration are a key benefit of transparent compensation. When rewards are distributed fairly, it encourages cooperation rather than competition among employees. A fair reward system reduces internal rivalry and tension, promoting a collaborative work environment. Employees are willing to support one another, share knowledge, and collectively solve problems when they feel the system is just and equitable. This leads to a stronger team dynamics and better overall collaboration as highlighted by Lee and Wu 2024. Finally, higher trust and organizational commitment can be achieved with a transparent compensation system. Employees are more likely to trust leadership and human resource policy when they see that pay decisions are based on clear and fair performance standards. This transparency builds respect and sense of fairness within the organization, which strengthen employee loyalty and commitment to the organization goal. When employee trust compensation system, they are less likely to leave, reducing turnover. And the study by Figueredo et al. 2025 emphasized that a fair, transparent system can significantly increase organizational commitment and loyalty.
To foster a fair, collaborative, and high-performing workplace, we need solutions that promote equity, transparency, and trust. Today, I will show you the best solution to proven strategies that elevate team dynamics and employee satisfaction. Firstly, is the equal share rewards. In group settings, when the entire team share equally in the reward, collaboration naturally flourish. This approach minimizes internal competition, aligns everyone towards shared goals, and is especially effective for tasks requiring tight coordination and collective effort. Second, procedural pay transparency. This is about clearly communicating how pay decisions are made. By demystifying compensation practices, organization build trust and reduce dissatisfaction. Employees feel more confident in leadership when pay policies are perceived as fair and consistent. Lastly, manager training. Equipping leaders with the skills to explain pay decisions clearly and fairly is vital. When managers can articulate compensation rationale and handle sensitive conversation with confidence, employees are less likely to feel overlooked or undervalued. This reduces conflict and strengthens organizational trust. Together, these three solutions create a comprehensive framework for a more united and resilient workplace. They aren't just policies. They were investments in your people, your culture, and your long-term success. From the three best solutions, I choose one recommended solution, which is the procedural pay transparency. Why is procedural pay transparency is chosen? Because in an era where trust and fairness drive organizational success, procedural pay transparency stands out as a powerful approach. Firstly, by openly communicating the processes behind pay decision, organizations foster transparency. Employees are more likely to trust leadership when they understand the criteria behind compensation. This not only enhances morale but strengthens the social contract between employer and employee. Second, transparent pay process shift attention from speculation to performance. Employees can see how effort and outcomes reconnect to rewards. This encourages meritocracy and motivates individuals to pursue excellence. After that, ambiguity in pay often leads to dissatisfaction and internal conflict. Procedural transparency minimizes these issues. When employees understand the rationale behind compensation, grievances decrease and comparisons become less relevant. For me, the procedural pay transparency isn't just a policy. It's a step towards a more equitable, productive workplace. By fostering clarity, encouraging effort, and reducing discontent, it serves as a foundation for long-term organizational health.
Okay, to conclude, we have seen that unfair reward systems can seriously affect employee morale, motivation, and even the team performance. But the good news is this can be fixed. By adopting fair and transparent pay system, especially through procedural pay transparency, companies can build stronger trust, boost engagement, and improve overall organizational success. So employees don't always need equal pay, but they do need clear explanations, fair evaluation, and respect for their contributions. When people feel fairly treated, they work better, collaborate more, and stay longer. So let's move toward fairer, clearer, and more transparent compensation system, because in the end, fair pay equals better teams. Thank you.